From my perspective, the direction goes in a similar way than the last couple of years. There will be a stronger focus towards e-commerce and online. When we already see the city centers, a lot of stores are shutting down, which of course is sad for the city centers, but for the e-commerce market, there's a huge potential. Also, since the COVID pandemic happens, a lot of people from, let's say, older generations, which maybe were not so common of buying online, are now moving into this much more. So I think there's a huge potential for the e-commerce to further grow and still have a lot of potential to be even bigger than it is right now.
There are some business models that have better economics if you are still in a traditional retail settings, for example, supermarkets. There might be an increase actually in online share of online supermarkets, but on the other hand, there are also business models that are more profitable if you're online. For example, our business model, 98% is generated online. We still have a store that generates 2%. But a retail concept would not work for us, because for me it's important to give you access to the assortment, but I cannot build stores all over the country where I have 100,000 instruments. And otherwise you have a bad experience, like if you go shopping for shoes. For me it always happens, I'm a very average person, shoe size 43 or 4 is always sold out. You don't have this experience when you come to us. We have all instruments actually on hand. I cannot scale it, so online works better for me. So choose your business model wisely. But even if you are offline, still online is significant for you. Simply observe how customers using the internet, how they have access to a certain brand. It starts online. And if you are online not relevant, it will be very hard to survive in the long term in the bricks and mortar business, to build a sustainable relationship, to have a good experience. If you're online not visible, you don't have a scalable business. You might survive, but you don't make it to 50 million. You probably also not make it to 1 million, 100 million, and you definitely will not make it to 1 billion.
In order for online to truly work, we need to understand the offline experience. So let's say that I'm currently in the food business, right? So if you're going to a store and you're smelling a vegetable or you're squeezing an avocado, if we truly think that should go online, then you need to give that sort of shopping experience back. So I think online will never replace offline until psychologically you get the same sort of sensation of doing it online.
I do see omni-channel between online and offline every single day. It will be much more linked, especially talking about augmented reality in shopping, executions of QR code that drives you back to the omni-channel. So for us, the most important thing is how to serve the consumer the best shopping experience. So for this purpose, offline and online would go even much more closer.
We are seeing a very strong fluid transition. It's no longer one or the other. So the consumer is changing how they purchase. So it could be both online, it could be in store. So I think the best is to diversify the business strategy. We see pure play e-com venturing into pop-up spaces. Traditionally, they didn't have to do that. Vice versa, we see traditional point of sale working on their omni-channel approaches. So it's really quite fluid, and the more touch points you can offer, the more success you will have as a brand.
I hope it will be better. If we look especially to China, you see that it's really omni-channel there. They are totally different concept. It's more the brick and mortar as an experience center where you can then order online and get it right. If you are entering the home, the things are already there. That is maybe the perfect world, and yeah, we are on a way of transforming, especially the classical retail landscape. From a customer perspective, I want not to care about the channel. I want to buy here, return there, get experience, maybe local, then shop online. And there are too many really wars at the moment in Germany. I hope that it will change in 2024, but I don't know if it's the year of the breakthrough.
Online has become more and more predominant, and we can see that, for example, when it comes to shopping season and when it comes to Black Friday, but I think for online and offline, it's equally important to really give that personalization and that empathy towards customers these days.
The fusion of online and offline retail will boost. And in our case, we digitalize small and individual stores, be it restaurant partners or retail. And those partners can also participate in the increasing online demand, so make revenue in e-commerce.
I think they would not be online or offline. Of course, there are saying that, future of online is offline, and they also say that future of offline is online. While that debate might continue, I always believe that phygital would be a new way wherein there will be a blurred between online and offline. Customer would need some kind of experience center where they can go, touch and feel, right? Depend on what industry you operate in, right? If you're operating into fashion, they want to see the product, they don't simply want to buy. At the same time, they want those kind of convenience at their doorstep. So I think it would not be A versus B, but a combination of both as per their customer experience.
The phygital store experience, physical and digital store experience. Physical stores and digital stores used to have a boundary which is blurring, so we used to call them brick and mortar. Now what is going to happen is that starting 2024 and up going forward, more and more digital stores are going to become experience stores, where customers just go there because they want to actually feel the brand and products, and it's not something that they have to do anymore, something that they choose to do. And this is where the physical spaces have become more about interaction and interfacing with the customer rather than about the sale itself. But when it comes to digital stores, their interaction with the physical is that they will have to have that connection. So if somebody wants to go to a location, they have to have geolocation, they have to have everything that a physical store offers, including AR and VR experiences on their digital stores. So I would say that the lines are going to get very, very blurry. Physical stores are becoming like digital stores, digital are becoming like physical stores, and it's all about phygital shopping in the future.
Yeah, it's coming together, actually. So the hybrid commerce is coming. You can name it omni-channel strategies, but it is really, really important that the touch points of customers do not feel differently. So your user experience, your customer experience needs to be aligned to all the channels, all the different touch points a customer can interact with your brand, with your company, and especially in the retail brick and mortar business, this is a really hot topic to make that journey for a customer smooth and easy.